Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Casper, and today I'm doing a perfect movies list. There really is no such thing as a perfect movie, but I just wanted to show you some movies that I love and have a hard time finding a flaw in. And also, quick side note, there isn't a specific order, it isn't like a ranking or anything, that's just too hard, and I just wanted to get a quick video out. So yeah, that is just 10 movies that I consider to be perfect, or just movies that are hard to find flaws in. My list isn't the best list, if anything yours is better than mine, and I would love to see your guys' rankings down below in the comments. Also, sorry if I don't talk about movies long enough, but anyways, tried to do the normal ones. Like, I tried not to do the normal ones like Singing in the Rain and Casablanca, because those aren't really perfect, but you know, they're pretty great. But still, these are some pretty movies that I consider to be some of my favorite movies, so I might have some bias. So yeah, let's get right into it. Number 10 is Ratatouille. This movie just makes me so happy. When I watch it, it is so much fun, and joy just goes through me. Okay, whatever. But this is my favorite Pixar, and it's really underrated. It's a really underrated one, in my opinion. And I completely see why Giraffe, or whatever, made an hour-long video on why this is Pixar's magnum opus. It makes complete sense. This is one of my favorites of all time, and it probably will be for a while, because this movie is just so freaking great. It's probably my favorite animated movie, and for good reason. I know there probably is better ones like Spirited Away or My Neighbor Totoro, but this movie just stands out to me. You know, it gives me a warm feeling in my heart, and I love that. I just love that so much. I think it's really nice for a Disney movie to not be like, not that Disney movies are like a low standard, but they can be a bit dark sometimes, and it's nice to just bring you back down to earth and just say, it's okay, man, this movie's G. And also, I can recommend this movie to pretty much anyone. Like, that's not like I can recommend this movie to pretty much anyone, like, not that, like, maybe if they're like allergic or have a phobia against rats, maybe not, but like, and pretty much anyone else I can recommend them to. And that's another reason why I love this movie. It's so accessible to everyone, well, that can afford a rental or just has Disney Plus, which is an okay streaming service, but it's not that great in Disney standards. And the animators somehow make like rats kind of cute, except for this one on screen. But yeah, this movie will have a small place in my heart, but not just for being a quality Disney movie. It's with all of the early moments I know at my older house, just watching this movie and just having a blast. It's great. It's always been great. It's seriously, in my opinion, one of the greatest animated movies of all time, besides these that hold also a small place in my heart. The ninth movie on this, well, more of like a second movie, number 9 on this list, number 2 on this list is In the Mood for Love. This movie is, in my opinion, one of the most well-made movies I've ever seen. Stunning cinematography, great acting, very tame, and could be watched by a 3-year-old, but they'd probably get bored after 2 hours. But still, it's a perfect movie in my opinion. This movie has some of the greatest writing, direction, acting I've ever seen. And let's just say I haven't seen a lot, but I still adore this movie right now. At this moment, this is my favorite movie of all time. It's romantic, it's dramatic, and it's just so interesting how they can mix that together, you know? Like, no, I'm just kidding, but, and I love this movie. It's just plain and simple, amazing. Like, it's, at some point, they just should make an American or some other foreign country version, and I think it'd be great. It could probably be at like Cannes or Sundance or something like that. I just think it'd be great. I'd definitely go see that. This movie, obviously, it is a masterpiece in my opinion. Can't be replicated, but I would still love to see more variations of this movie. So if there's any new directors that want to try this out, please have fun with it. Please. I promise you, like, this movie, it is very fantastic, and I will always love it. It's one of my favorite movies, and it probably always will be. And that doesn't even start to add to the excitement that I'm having, because I'm gonna go see this movie, Eraserhead, and The Elephant Man, and this movie in the same month. Like, my god, in the same theater. Like, if you're trying to get into films, or you already do, or you're trying to, like, if you're trying to, like, become a film buff or something like that, go to, like, an art house theater. Try to do it and be really safe about it. Do one where it's, like, a wasteland or whatever, because pretty much all of them are now. Like, go to, like, an Alamo, or, like, just an art house theater near you, and they'd really love to see you there. I'm sure of it. They need more support, and us film lovers can't live without a good viewing experience from the movie. So just please go to your nearest theater and go support them. Don't go to like an AMC, because those people just, all they do is play like really textbook classics. Like, I mean, yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark is great, but like, Back to the Future really is overrated, but still, anyways, but just go check them out, and they could really use your help. But yeah, in my opinion, this movie is perfect. Number 3 on this list, the third movie on this list, is Persona. This is as perfect as a movie gets. This is my favorite Ingmar Bergman film so far. This movie is as good as movies get. It just is. It makes sense why this movie is number 18 of the greatest movies of all time, and it makes complete sense. The acting in this movie is just, oh my god. It's more than Oscar worthy. It's definitely is in my top 10 or 15, something like that, of all time. This is probably, now that I think about it, in my top 5. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. It's just that, it's one of the greatest stories of all time. It's just so perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. There just isn't anything wrong with it. I just said that. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a review to you guys, like a quick one, like maybe like 2-3 minutes. But yeah, this movie, let's say in 2 weeks, but I'm gonna try to get a review out to you guys in like 2 weeks. But yeah, this movie is just one of the greatest movies of all time, but at the same time, this is one of the hardest movies to talk about because it's so freaking complex, and some of the greatest acting I've ever seen. That's even more complex than the writing. Nah, the writing's more complex, but still, just so complex, and I love it. The clips of like this movie's some of the greatest acting I've ever seen. It's just so complex, and I love it. The clips of like the machinery, it's just it's sitting there, and like, you know what I'm talking about? The acting, the cinematography, even the black and white adds to this movie. It's one of those movies that couldn't be made without black and white, and I love it. Personally, I think this movie is just the best movie I've ever seen. Well, 8.5 is up there, but it's one of the most magnificent, it's some of the most magnificent writing just I've ever seen. Just absolutely amazing. Number 4 on this list is Grosse Point Blank. And somehow this movie was some of the greatest writing I've ever seen. Like, this dude right here, this dude made a perfect movie, and I love it so much. Only reason we watched in our movie was because this movie is just so great. It's one of my dad's favorite movies. It's got him and her, and they're all great in this movie. John Cusack in a rom-com alone should turn you on, because those always work out with the critics. But anyways, this movie is also kind of hard to talk about because everyone has shared their thoughts. I mean, it's certified on Rotten Tomatoes, but you can either love it or hate it, you know what I mean? And the movie can hold being funny and romantic, and instead of movies like that are being too romantic, but like these. But yeah, this movie's just perfect. John Cusack is a paid killer, and he's fantastic in this movie. He's pretty much good in everything he's in, and so great. Also, I like her in this movie. I forgot her name, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but, those movies that think that if you can, like, make everyone pop culture buffs, it's, like, automatically a good movie, like, movies like The Babysitter 2 and, I forgot, whatever, but this one can pull that off really well, and once again, I'm sorry, but I love this movie so much. Number 5 is Jean Dielman. This is my second best movie of all time, in my opinion. This movie is perfect. The only issue is the runtime, but if you let that slide, you will adore this movie just as much as I do. These are some of the greatest performances right besides Persona, which we've already seen in this video, but I just wanted to bring that up because, oh my god, I love this movie. I've already made a review, so I just wanted to tell you about this movie, how I think it's one of the best movies of all time, so yeah, alright, next. Number 6 is Her. I take it back, this is as perfect as movies gets. It kind of reminds me of the King of Comedy, except Joaquin Phoenix. He's walking. I'm fucking retarded, okay. He's mentally ill, and he's kind of obsessed with the phone, but because it's not really living, so I don't, like, what, but anyways, this is my favorite romance, and it is one of the greatest of all time. Like, seriously, personally, I think this is Joaquin Phoenix's performance is better than Joker, even though he no doubt it definitely deserved that Oscar, not gonna lie, but still, this movie is without a doubt perfect. It just is. S tier, A+, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 5, well, more like 2.5 Bill Murrays out of 5, because Bill Murray is just too high of a standard. Haha, a little funny, but not gonna lie to you, this movie is without a doubt perfect. Yeah, I definitely think it should be on Criterion. I'd love to see a copy of that. It's just a phenomenal movie. It's like if George Lucas left the writing room with Steven Spielberg for Raiders, which I think would be a better movie, because I think that Steven Spielberg is a better director than Steven Spielberg. Yeah, sorry guys, but still. But yeah, I would love to rank some Spike Jonze movies at some point. I would love to do that. I think that'd be so much fun. Comment down below if you want to see that. But anyways, this movie's perfect. Spike Jonze is just so fantastic at writing it. Like, him alone, like, him just writing by himself is absolutely fantastic. Oh my god, this movie is so freaking good. But yeah, comment down below. I've been thinking of doing a Her versus Being John Malkovich video, which is, in my opinion, his two best movies. So I'm thinking of, like, objectively, like, ranking them. Oh, whoopsie. Of, like, doing them, like, back to back. Like, watching them back to back and then, like, talking about them objectively and seeing which one is better, you know what I mean? Alright, I'll talk about that at some point. Number 7 is The Truman Show. This is movie is as perfect as movies get. I'm sorry, I know I've said that a lot, but there's a few minor flaws, but besides that, there are no major flaws. It's, in my opinion, up there as one of the best Jim Carrey performances, right besides Eternal Sunshine. But still, this movie doesn't get enough credit on how good this movie is. The only video I say that I've seen that, like, actually blew up, and it's got, like, 1.3 million views right now. I'm sure by the time I upload this video, it will be bigger than that, but the only one that got popular was this On Screen, and it's disappointing because he deserved that Oscar, but I guess a Golden Globe will do. But this movie is just super underrated in my opinion. He definitely deserved Best Actor in a leading role. Just saying, Jim Carrey's phenomenal in this movie. It's insane how good he is in this movie. They have these, like, commercials in the movie when they're trying to stall, like, Truman while he's kind of, like, freaking up the world. This movie is still magnificent. That's why I have this movie in my top 4 on Letterboxd. It's just so underrated, and I will always love it. This is my favorite Edgar Wright movie, Scott Pilgrim. I doubt highly that this will be beaten, but I'll keep this short because I already made a video on this. This movie's perfect, hilarious lines, great CGI, and just great gags and great direction. Alright, next. Number 9 is Ikiro. This is one of my favorites of all time. I'm sorry, I'm getting really tired. Okay. This is one of my favorites of all time. It's, in my opinion, the best Kurosawa, but at the same time, I haven't seen these on screen. But I'm still going to catch up on those movies. This movie has some of the most fantastic performances I've ever seen. Just absolutely great cinematography, sublime writing, just all-around great movie. I know Akira Kurosawa is pretty textbook in the film community, but I just want to point out how almost none of the people that I know have seen this movie, and it is one of the greatest of all time. It's just disappointing, but still this movie does get some love, I guess, but, like, sometimes when you think of Akira Kurosawa, you think of Seven Samurai or even, for fuck's sake, like, Rashomon, but you never think of Akira, and it's disappointing, because I love this movie so much. It's seriously one of the greatest movies of all time. Alright, number 10 on this list is Rushmore. I already got a review out of this movie, so here, great soundtrack, editing, performances, casting choices for Jason Schwartzman and Bill Murray are all great, and they're also great acting in this movie. Just everything about it is great. I love it. 5 stars. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it if you've gotten this far. I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and comment down below and see a video idea or just movie review that you want to see. Or just, like, some YouTubers that you'd like me to collab with. I'll try to, like, DM them or something. But yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.